We'll jump in, right? I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. I was the girl who absolutely hated everything about myself. I did not like the way that I looked, the way I walked, the way I talked. I was very hard on myself. Once I started paying attention to my thoughts and how often I was criticizing myself, I lost count. It was probably hundreds of times a day I was calling myself stupid or an idiot or not feeling enough or just feeling less than. So this is like the theme of the beginning of my spiritual journey was self-love. What does it mean to love myself? And really everything that I teach stems down to this core truth. To me, self-love is not like what I eat. It's not my relationships. It's not getting my hair or my nails done. It's not like the shopping sprees, and I love all of those things, especially shopping. It's not even self-development. It's not meditating or yoga or exercise. Self-love is how much you choose to let yourself be up here. That's what self-love is. Self-love is not self-development. It's not self-care. Understand the difference between those three things: self-love, self-development, and self-care. Self-love is supporting, here it is, in lights. Self-love is supporting every decision that you make. And in the live video, I gave my boob job example because I've bounced back and forth in between wanting breast implants and not wanting breast implants. And I'm gonna give you that story, my ultimate decision at the end. And bear with me, it's not good or bad. It's just like a very neutral thing, but there's a great point to be made. I've learned to just trust myself and support Rayma in everything that she does. I've said this before, you talk to yourself more than anyone. In your lifetime, the person that you're going to listen to the most is you, that voice inside your head, right up here. If you are not saying the right things, you're fucked, okay? It's that simple. You must support yourself. You must be the cheerleader. You must tell yourself how beautiful and smart and amazing you are. And this is how we bring about the life, our dream life, who we want to be, what we want to do, manifestations, and what we really deserve. Everything in that vortex, right, as Abraham Hicks calls it, the vortex of your manifestations, all stems down to how much you can love yourself, be happy anyways, trust anyways, right? If you can remember that if you are supporting yourself fully, loving yourself fully, meaning supporting every decision that you make, not being hard on yourself, releasing yourself of pressure and criticism, and choosing to show up in life and be happy anyways, regardless of what your reality is offering you, you are set. Because you're always in alignment with love. And what is love? Love is the main line, the literal main line to your desires, to everything that you could have ever wanted in life, plus more. Like that version of your reality blows your dreams away. It blows your dreams away. So what we need to realize is like, what keeps us from loving ourselves in that way? What keeps us from feeling like we're not worthy, we don't deserve it? Maybe there's healing in from our childhood or from a relationship, but it's definitely setting energetic boundaries in your life and then stepping into the self-development and the self-care and going, what can I do in my life to reflect what I'm telling myself up here? And I feel like that comes naturally. Once I started saying the right things to myself, once I said the affirmations, whatever, the following was my action. And so I had to show up in my life in the way that I was showing up in my head, if that makes sense. So what did my relationships look like? Were there things that needed to be cut out? What did my financial situation look like? Everything in your life is a reflection of how much you value yourself. This is like the most famous Rayma Dashuri quote. Everything you do in your life is an extension of you and how much you value yourself. Okay? So when we're not taking care of our bodies, when we're choosing to be in toxic relationships, when we are choosing to not get paid what we're worth, when we're choosing to spread ourselves thin, right? Like there's so many different ways that we don't support who we are at our core. And who are we at our core, right? Like chosen, perfect, more than enough, like absolutely deserving. And are we making decisions in our lives that reflect that? That is self-love. That's self-love to me. In the live training, somebody said, I feel like I'm always being beauty. It was about beauty. I'm not what society tells me I have to be. So the society thing came in. And this is such a good question. This is one of two of my favorite things that was said in the video. And I get it, that like there's like the Victoria's Secret version, the like magazine cover girl version of what beauty is, like when we're talking about the external stuff, right? In self-love, self-image. And then there's the like, well, I just want to be myself and show up whatever, but is that what society wants, right? And we all are aware that society really doesn't matter, but we talk about society like it's this big separate monster that lives over there on another island, and we're just like, oh, I fucking hate that monster of society, and fuck that, they're just so lost, the sheep of the world, the followers, like, right? We picture society like it's this big thing, and it's not made of like other humans just like us, okay? Society is other people. And what are other people? They are able to be influenced, they are able to elevate, and they're able to change just like you are, okay? So these people that are running the companies like Victoria's Secret and Sephora and CoverGirl or whatever, these big companies are made of humans that are also at this pivotal point in evolution where we're starting to look at internal beauty instead of external beauty. And if you want to be a part of that inevitable evolution of beauty and how we see beauty and what we call beauty, then you have to be a part of the change. How do you be a part of the change? Accept and love yourself anyways, and do that to the other humans around you, right? Like just give that to yourself, and then you're part of the change. Then you're part of the changing society. Like we talk about society like we're separate from it or something. You are society, motherfuckers. Okay. But I get it, and it's moving rapidly, and it is inevitable. Like now we see Sephora with like big gap tooth models. I love that. Victoria's Secret just hired their first transgender model, which I think I read last year. Somebody quoted and said Victoria's Secret said they will never have a transgender model or whatever. And I'm like, you know, we're becoming more accepting of humans and what beauty has to look like and who's allowed to be beautiful. So if you want to be a part of that change, then be the motherfucking change, right? We've heard that one before. But so here's my boob job story, right? Wisdom drop on you with that one. So I will end the video with my boob job story. I have bounced back and forth because I have a daughter. And I breastfed for like almost 2 years. And so I've always bounced back and forth between, do I want a boob job? Do I not want a boob job? And originally I wanted a boob job because I didn't really like what I had now, right? And then like, you know, Rama shifted, like chose like a different way of thinking. And then it was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna love my body how it is. But then there was still a part of me that was like, but then like, I kind of want what I want. And is it wrong to desire? Like I'm a firm believer in I can do no wrong. There is no wrong choices. There are no wrong decisions as long as they're made in love and freedom, period. So I always like to check in with myself. To this day, I still just check in. I'm currently choosing to not have one now. That doesn't mean that I won't have one later, but I like to check back in and make sure that I always have a choice. And my two choices are not based on what it has to look like, what a spiritual leader, what a thought leader has to look like, right? Like somebody who's, oh, it's not natural, it's not blah, blah. It's like, fuck all that. Like I get to do whatever the fuck I want. This is my life and my body, okay? But as long as I am making the decision based on the fact that I have the freedom to do so, and self-love, right? Supporting my decisions no matter what they are. Or am I doing it because I have to fit a box? It's just as fucked up for me not to get one because I feel like I have to fit the box of like what a natural spiritual thought leader has to look like, right? Like, does she have a boob job or does she not? What does it say about her if she does, right? Those are, fuck all those questions. We don't ask those questions. I ask the questions, and as long as I have a choice and I know that regardless of what the choice is, because there's no right or wrong, I'm making a choice based on I have the free will to do what I like, and I support Rayma in those decisions. I support Rayma in what she does next because I love her so much, and that's my only job, right? Does that make sense? So, breast implant story. Yeah, so I wanted to make this, and I hope it was really inspirational for you guys as much as it was for my live watchers. It was really fun, and I've been dying to like re-record this video and actually get it online somewhere because it was just so good when it came to self-image and self-love. So I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.